freak out at me. Alright. Let's go. Camp Creek track. Which, according to Hema, this first section of Camp Creek track is medium difficulty, and the end part down towards Abbey Yard that way is Black Diamond. Now, we have somebody within our club who has stayed back at camp, but they've talked about the fact that this is more difficult in the bit that's marked medium on Hema, and the bit after dropping down the valley towards Abbey Yard is actually not difficult. So we shall see. I mean, this is straight into medium. I'm happy to call this medium. It's steep, it's loose, it's kind of a little bit rutted in places. I'm in low one, tyre pressure's dropped, all terrain's on, terrible condition all terrains, but they're on, and lift, 2-inch lift. So that's the setup. We're in a convoy of 4. Convoy 4, I'm Tail and Charlie. Oh, I didn't say that Charlie's made the turn.
Yeah, thanks Charlie. It's a nice climb, a nice descent down, so you know what to do.
It's fairly steep. I feel like there's lots of grip, but I mean, look here, this is all a bit churned up here. I'm going to try and straddle that kind of rock bit there. Look, there's big trees around, so if you did get to a section in the wet that you couldn't get up, you've at least got trees to winch off. There does seem to be grip, but as we know, lots of things can affect grip when everything becomes wet. That looks like a little step there. No one, just walk it down.
That was a nice little descent.
Yeah.
It was very enjoyable.
I think I prefer driving up. I don't like it when gravity plays a part.
Looks like we're going back up there.
The hole there. Go. Go down. Basically working our way along the spur. Really. Let's go into 2. Okay, that was fun. Definitely steep. Yeah, I'm happy to call that medium difficulty. As with everything, there's easier bits. This track is one of the tracks leading back.
Yeah, we've got a good hill coming up.
Of course we have. Leading, probably in the wrong gear here. Whee! Leading back over to the valley, the Dandongadale Valley from Buckland. So we've done Scotchman's Creek. I can't remember.
Okay, I've had to pop into second on that one. I'm in second now, mate, yeah.
We were originally going to do, is it Yarraback track? But the big Rose Close sign on there. So I actually finished Goldie Spur and was going to come back and meet them and do that track, but it was closed. So everybody came down that way, and so we had to pick an alternate way to come back over the hills. So Scotchman's Creek was the one that we picked, but we were always going to do this one.
Back there, Ben and Tiff. Yeah, she's doing really well. Go to the boss.
Just give Dave a bit of space. It's quite fairly overgrown, which there's not many tracks in the area really, so I would have thought that this was kind of a high use area.
It's good because I'm practicing like the gear changes and everything.
Yeah, good on you, Tiff. I don't want to learn a manual, thanks. Don't think I'll ever drive Steve's car again. It's too traumatic.
It's a perfect little track for that. It's like, it's challenging, but it's not too challenging, so it's just really, really good track.
Stick with my old town.
Yeah, to be fair, I've driven worse.
So if you've been watching the videos from this little explore, you'll already know that there's 4 cars in the convoy. Whoa, holy shit, that was unexpected. That was a nice little rocky section there. That was a nice little rocky section. You come up that first hill and then go, whoa, big rocks. That was unexpected. What was I saying? Yeah, there's 4 of us. Darren's in the lead, I'm at the back, and then in the middle we've got Tiff and Ben in a BT50, Darren's in a Y62, and we've got David in a Y62 as well.
Coming down the hill now, it's a bit shaly, so just take it easy, guys. No problem.
Yeah, and we're just out for a drive today. I said to them, because some people have stayed back at camp, but I'm like, no, I want to go out and do some filming. I definitely wanted to film Goldie Spur. Oh god, that does look dark. Let's get down before that comes along. That looks horrible. I hope they're not coming this way. Oh, you can still see pretty far. Anyway, what's it saying? So we've just come out. They were going to go up into Myrtleford, but then changed their mind and they've come with me this way. But it's Darren's trip, so Darren is the leader, our faithful leader. It's quite fun being at the back, really. Just the showy bit. There's a big rock. Let's go around that. Oh, I'm locked into my seatbelt. Come on. I think this is the bit that Phil was talking about. We're kind of bang in the middle of that central bit between what I'm going to call his buggery track. I'm sure it's something like that. And Black Range, that little section there. Concentrate. A bit of a hole on the right hand side there, so I'm going to try and just stay on one side. Take a bit of the speed off. Drop down. Oh yeah, this looks a bit loose. I'm going to stay, I think, on the right hand side. Cross over to the left. This would be fun to drive up. Again, what is that? Here we go. Gunk, gunk. That's alright. I think it'd be fine in the wet. It's definitely a good rocky base underneath. There's the odd spot where it looks like you might lose traction. You know, eventually they're going to turn into massive wombat holes. Eventually. But the track is in pretty good condition. then. Like, is that the GoPro making noise? I've just got a text message. I've got a Zoleo. Well, I say I've got a Zoleo. Steve has a Zoleo. Steve is not here, so I have Steve's Zoleo, which means I can get text messages no matter where I am in the world. Oh, hello. This looks a bit rough, but it's good to know that if the worst came to the worst and I came a cropper, especially when I'm out on my own, that I had some communication. So lots of different people have different things. I've got in my glove box, I've got a PLB, personal location beacon. You buy that, I think they're, what did I pay, $200? And they last for 10 years or something. And that's just a button that you can press. If the shit hits the fan and I'm gonna die, I can press the button. It's not for, you know, you've got a toothache and you need to find out where the nearest doctor is. It's emergency situations. The Zoleo is just a step up from that. It still has the emergency SOS button.
Okay, so I'm at the junction and we're going to continue on straight and I'll turn right, and this now becomes the D, the black line track.
Copy that. So the Zoleo I can just message, but you have to pay a subscription, so it depends how much money you've got. I'm lucky, I've just used Steve's. Steve pays. Thank you, Steve. But it is awesome to have. So especially when I'm out on my own. Where am I in? It's actually here. When I'm out on my own, I can message when I get into camp. If I have a change of plans and I'm going somewhere else, I can message. Like, the people who get into bother are the people who haven't got a ground Charlie, who knows where they're going, who hasn't given anyone their plans, who change those plans and go somewhere with a car that's not capable, and they're not capable. So most cars are capable, but obviously, you know, if you haven't got a winch, you're not going to be able to winch yourself out of a situation. When I first bought this car, it had nothing. And I went into Ironman in Pakenham, Michelle there, Darren, and I said, I need stuff. And what did I get first? The first thing was the bull bar and the winch, because my plan was, I'm going into the bush. I need to be able to look after myself. And that involves having a winch on your car. If you haven't got a winch, then there's no way I'd go out on my own without a winch. Full stop. I'd have to be with other people. After they went on, I went back and I had the suspension upgrade, I had the snorkel, and I had the recovery points put in, and that was all within months of getting the car. The suspension went in after Charlie at the junction. The suspension went in after the bull bar and everything had gone on, just to give it some time to settle. Right, so that bit is marked as medium. Now I would say, yep, that's medium. I'm alright with that rating. The question is this any harder? This is marked as black diamond, but we'll see, hey? Not liking the fact that there's mud there. Really long way, so that's good in terms of rain, I think, but goodness me, it's dark. Anyway, this is fine so far. Steep, but bags of grip. Low one. there. Each little washout, whoopsie seems to have muddy puddles, which yay. As usual, I really do need a 1.5 metre, please. Because 2 will just be too fast. I've got you probably don't know Prados, but I've got my central diff on as well, so stock. This is a 2010 model. It obviously has low and high. It has downhill ascent control on it. You can lock the central diff as well, that's it. No front or back blockers or anything like that. But it does the business. I mean, if I wanted to go on some of the tracks, I would need bigger tyres, I would need all those things, and I can't go up any more than what I have already. I've already gone up a tyre size, so I'm on my legal maximum, I believe. Oh, that's a bit fast now, you see, back into 1. I can't believe how dark those clouds are ahead. So far, this half of this track has, it does have the steep descents, but it doesn't have that loose rock over the track. So I feel that there's tons of grip in the dry. There are just little sections where I wonder if it was wet, whether you'd have a little bit more of a problem. Just
what's Darren, what's 1D mean? Is that fairly easy compared to double D?
Yeah, I was saying to Lucy this morning, like on the Hema it says, you know, black diamond. Sorry, I was just getting over a whoopsie. Yeah, they don't actually sort of say whether they're single diamond or double diamond. So I can't sort of say that. I can't answer that.
Yeah. I suppose a double would be worse off, though.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that 1 black diamond is hard, 2 black diamonds is really hard. Anything more than that, 20 black diamonds is, oh my god, hold on tight, pray.
Nothing that I've seen so far that justifies that it's a black diamond, but
yeah.
We're only sort of a quarter of the way in.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I'm in 1 and this is so slow. But 2 is going to be too fast, but this is killing me going this slow. It does look.
It's easy enough that I've actually managed to eat caramelised onion and cheese on crackers.
On crackers? Wow, that takes some skill.
It's just fine driving, I think, Lucy.
Yeah, smooth.
Probably goes take a bite, just hit the brake.
Definitely raining over there. I don't care if it rains, as long as I'm down this track. Come on, just give me a flat, remotely flat bit. Here we go. Here we go. Go 1, 2, there's 2. Let's go. Full on drive. Woo! Have to watch the speed over these whoopsies. Just because I got that little, if you've got an Ironman bull bar, comes with a bit of a skirt. Smashes into the other side of the whoopsie every time. Anyway, down that descent.
So who's responsible for the 2 dents in the back of the tailgate on the BT?
Sorry, say that again.
Who's responsible for the 2 dents in
stories though. Took a while to decide to actually select gear. A couple of little rock steps there. Nothing major, but we'll just do one while we get over them. Go to drive. What is interesting is some people have only ever driven manuals four-wheel driving, and obviously some people have only driven automatics, and some people have done both, but you tend to, I think, from what I can tell, stick with one over the other. And so what hello what I noticed when driving on Billy Goats with Steve in the lead, and he had Santosh behind him. I think Santosh was in an automatic, and Steve on the climbs was telling him to select gears. Oh, that's far too fast. And so Santosh did speak to me and he said, what do you do? And I said, when I'm climbing, I'm in drive, and the car is selecting the gears for what I need it to do, and when I'm coming down, I'm selecting the gears that I want to use. I'm trying to not brake like that. I can feel my ears changing as we come down. We're fairly far down into the valley. Oh, I think maybe we have one valley we're dropping down into, then another climb, and another drop down, I think. Go two. Go. A little fence, or is that just two?
It's getting a little bit tight down here.
Oh, a little bit rutted here. Take that speed off. See, it's just too fast. It's just too fast. Or maybe it's not too fast, maybe I just don't like going fast. Some people would say it was fine, probably. I just don't like to brake. Braking's when I'm going to go wrong, so I try not to do it. I try to be in the right gear. The whoopsies are just a little bit too far apart. Because I can't see around that corner, I'm going to just drop into one. Don't want to be careering round the corner out of control. Oh, we'll get up that over that little bump there. And then we can do that. Down. So now we're in the valley. Oh, hello, little creek. Oh yeah, that's on the map. Oh, that's a bit interesting.
Little camp spot down there.
Don't want to fall in there. stickers. Halfway along the second part of the track, and I'm not saying anything, I don't want to jinx it. Campground, which of course I want to film.
Dave, I'm going to be very inconvenient and just stop for a quick wee.
No problem.
Cool, I'm going to do the same.
Have you gone past the campground?
Not yet, I can wait until we go past there, Luce, if you want to take a video.
That would be awesome, thank you.
No worries.
This bit's real bog standard. It's real close. Both of the brand new I-62s in front have got bush wraps on them. I just live with the scratches. I'm cool with that. And the dents. When I bought the car, the person at Toyota tried to sell me something that would...
There's your campground, Lucy. I'll just stop up here.
Thank you. Which would buff out scratches and... Look down there. Oh, can't blimey. Okay. Okay, coming down in. There we go. Kind of little. Can't tell what's. I just see there's a creek down there. Keeps sinking. I haven't got any trees behind me. I'm all a bit paranoid when it comes to reversing now.
Are we on the move yet?
Not yet, mate. Almost.
Okay. And stationary.
Go on the move.
There we go. Charlie on the move. There was a tiny little creek, lots of brambles, got picked up a few scratches there. Tiny little creek, so if you want running water, too easy, but you're not gonna, you know, be able to sit in it and swim. Maybe in the winter, but definitely not now. So up over this valley and then down into the other valley is the plan. And we'll see weekend. It's busy. I've never seen so many police on the Maroondah Highway, and the campgrounds are all full. So I've aimed to film a couple of campgrounds late in the day today in the hope that some people have gone home so that you can actually see the campground. Because I have filmed some that you can't even see what's there because it's so full. I don't like camping like that. That's not my type of camping. My type of camping's, if that stream was bigger, I'd quite happily be in there on my own. That's my type of camping. That's some space. You can see Dave's car doing a bit of the funky dance there. So this is a bit rocky. I mean, looking at the colour of the track, we've definitely got, oh yeah, okay. Pick your line, stay out of the rut. This rut is going to gradually get bigger and bigger probably, although there is rock there. But that's what all the water is streaming down there when it's raining, so that might get bigger and bigger over time. Could make that more interesting to get up. But there was a fair bit of rock there, a fair bit of grip. Little bits could maybe get a bit slippy. Go up that side. These are a good few set of tracks. So we've done Scotchman's Creek, then we did that little bit of Black Range Road track. Oh, didn't film it, but that was good because I only did that little segment, and now we've obviously got this one, Camp Creek track. All really good in terms of not boring tracks that you just go to sleep on. You know, you're having to actually think about your wheel placement, then you've got a flat bit so you get a little bit of a mental rest, then there's another bit to climb up. So far I've enjoyed all of these tracks getting across from the Buckland Valley. And if you haven't watched the Goldie Spur one, look, the track is not the hardest, but oh my gosh, put that track on your list. The views is all what it's about for that track. Awesome. Anyway, so like I thought we were going to do, we are climbing up. And over to do one final descent, which on Hema, the D, I don't know if the actual placement of the diamond means anything, but the D is on this final descent in towards McIver picnic area. So yeah. we'll see. At least the good thing is that because I'm at the back, 3 other people have driven it and they haven't come a cropper, so therefore I should be fine. But this morning I did have a little minute where I was just going to do all this by myself, because once you speak to somebody who says, yeah, this is fine, it's not necessarily any harder than X, Y, and Z, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, that's fine. So I felt fairly confident enough to just do this on my own. Like, you know, if I was doing this on my own, there'd be a few points probably of me going, what are you doing? Oh, what's going on? Why do you do this to yourself? But to be fair, there hasn't been anything that's, I'll just go in one here. There hasn't been anything like, no big ruts that you have to get out and have a look at, no big rocky bits on any of these tracks today. So, yeah. I obviously wouldn't come and do this on my own in the wet. I don't want to get stuck. I don't want drama. Like, I'm sure sometimes four-wheel drive 24/7, they just go looking for drama. I'm like, nah. This is just what average members of the public would want to do. Not get stuck, not break anything. Just enjoy the beautiful views. Not that there is one at the moment. Although, at least that big massive rain cloud's gone. Oh, hello, gear. What gear? Oh, 2's not the right gear for this. What are you doing? On the whoopsie. Not far now. I mean, I don't know how often Hema gets updated. Obviously there's new tracks. Which is pretty good. I tend to compare between new tracks, Hema and rooftops. So rooftops is good just to be saying steep or very steep, that kind of stuff. New tracks is good, but potato, whatever you call it. Somebody will do this track today and think it's hard. And say, yes, this is Black Diamond, and some people will do it and think it's easy, and so you get, I think, mixed messages. Some people will stop and have lunch here, so that throws off all the track data. Some people will be having a driving lesson, trying to teach someone, so they're going really, like, some people will stop and collect wood, throws the data out if, you know, it's coming off. Probably should have been in first, probably. I'm going to just put a little bit of brake. This one's fine in second. So yeah, take it all of it with a pinch of salt. And make your own mind up based on all the information. But so far, this section is nowhere near as bad as that middle section. Nowhere near. And I think even in the wet this wouldn't be as bad as that middle section. So
That wind has changed direction.
as long as it doesn't rain. Oh, what was that? Something just hit the car. Oh yeah, look at the wind.
Wind all week.
Gosh, yes, I've just hit the wind as well.
That'll scratch a bit, Dave, that up and over.
No worries.
That was weird. This is obviously I'm just gonna give Dave, I can't see him, a little bit of time. As long as I've got one whoopsie to stop on, I'm happy. There we go. Very nearly down.
Well, I'm at the end of
of the track here, it turns right.
Alright Darren, so for somebody who's at the end, would you say that first section of the track was harder than the second section of the track?
I would say the first part was more difficult than the second part.
Yeah. Yes, I think so too.
We got a river crossing.
Is that rock in the middle? Is it big? Let's try and go in between the diff and the wheels. I mean, this would be, again, be fun to go up in the dry. In the wet might be a little bit difficult to get up. This looks a bit rough here. It's definitely not a black diamond though, so it's been graded or something since then. Let's go over that big rock. I mean, there's bags of grip there. Oh, I can see the bottom. 2, we can probably do 2 there. How deep's the river?
Just having a look at it now. It looks okay. It's a little bit dark in the middle, but then we've got a gnarly exit out of the other side.
Well, we're not turning around.
Fight for yours all to get here.
I suppose that's the joy of going last as well. They all have to do it. I get to see where they're clanking around and hitting things.
Coming up on you now.
Just started to rain. Okay, so my understanding of this crossing is that it can be a bit deep. So obviously we're in autumn, the end of the summer season, and like, you know, what are we on there? Foot deep? Something like that. So I would just take care with this crossing. If you're coming here, especially in the winter, it's probably, you probably can't cross it in the winter. We're good to go? Oh, don't want to run Ben over. up on this angle. That was fun. That was fun. We're pretty much at the end of the track.